Kettle's going. Slowly. Good morning. So I'm in the kitchen today rather than the living room. So you'll see a different background. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday morning. Oh. Because I have small legs, I have to get a footstool for my feet. So I'm touching the floor. That's better. Now I feel grounded. I'm in contact with the floor. Dangling legs. So this talk is going to talk about the emptiness of things. The emptiness part. And I can't really talk about it like that. I can't really separate it out into two parts, but I kind of have to talk about this part. But I can't really do that. I can't really separate them into two, but we kind of, in language, we kind of have to address them. When I attempt to do the emptiness part, my heart always fills up with the love and wants to do the fullness part as well. I can't separate them, but I shall try. So I've called this talk, this has nothing to do with you. And what I mean by that is, this has nothing to do with you. It's not about you, the human, the character, the conditioning, the story. It's not a personal thing. The screen's been full of you, so you're obsessed with you. All you can see is about you. Everything's claimed to be you, a part of you. Your experience, your life, your journey. You're full of yourself. You're full of you. So when this message of impersonality is expressed, it gets taken into you as part of you, part of your journey. You will get somewhere, you will attain something, you've understood something, you're getting closer to something. And that isn't wrong, or I'm not criticizing that. It's just this message is beyond that. Beyond you and your shopping trolley, it's beyond that. That's why it's so beautiful. That's why there's a resonance. It's beyond that limitation of you and your story. How can there be something beyond me? But as this is heard over and over and questioned, as the seeing through the ideas begins to happen, as the loosening of the attachment to ideas begins to happen, then this impersonality, this that isn't appearing, becomes obvious. There's something here that isn't in time. That all time, all images, all thoughts, all feelings, all experiences happen here. They are moving. This idea of you is moving. It's not a constant. It isn't the experiencer. It's an experience appearing and disappearing. So it seems to be waking up, seems to be a loosening of that attachment, identification with that story of you. It isn't like that mental illness where, I think it's called dissociation, where you can split into two. So there's the ordinary you, and then there's a spiritual or a higher you or something. It isn't about that, living in two different parts of yourself. That's the mind split. This isn't something in the mind. It's beyond that. And again, the mind can split into beyond the mind and the mind again too. But it isn't even that. That's still the mind playing observer of the mind. And now sitting in the observing place. It isn't about that either. There's just a non-sticking to that character, to that human. The human fully appears, fully plays as human, but there's no longer a sticking. The glue's no longer there, holding it to something. We believe we are something in time, we are something appearing, we are some form. And we try to improve that form, change that form, collect things for that form, take things away from the form, try to alter the form, thinking it will result in being a perfect human and therefore get to heaven, nirvana, get to happiness, to fullness. And there's nothing wrong in improving and changing the form, the human, the character, but the freedom that you long for isn't found in that attempt. The suffering is you believe you will find home as that human, as that character. That's the desperation, that's the hope. You will find freedom, you will find non-duality in for you as a person. But that's an endless hamster wheel. That will never arrive anywhere. The freedom is right here. The love is right here. Home is right here. It's not your job to find home. Home is here. It's already here. And this is the celebration. It has nothing to do with that seeking you, that journey of you. So this can't be a depressive message. If it's taken on by you in time, it can be depressive. I can't make it. I can't get there. I've lost it. But it has nothing to do with you. It's here. What celebration. This has always been home. So drinking the hot water has always been home. This has always been it. So, no. Okay, you can send questions now on Skype. Have to use my phone today as I'm in the kitchen. But it should still work. Oh God. A mini heart attack. Hi, Marina. Hi, should a human do something with bad habits? For example, shopping, buying lots of things. I don't think shopping or buying lots of things is the problem or the issue. I think what I'm pointing to more than that is seeking. What are you longing for? That's more an important question. What are you longing for? What are you deeply longing for? You could change the outer things quite easily. You could spend time changing the outer or the surface level things. So whether it be shopping a lot or eating a lot or looking for lovers or whatever it is, those things may or may not change. But what's more important underneath all of that? What's being ultimately looked for? So this is like an operation, like you're going into surgery and you're the surgeon. You have to open up the body and see what you're longing for, what's being looked for. And I say you, but life is doing it. Life is undoing all of this. Life is looking, life is questioning. And life will bring it all up. Because nothing will ever do it for you. You could have £10 million, you could have 5 or 6 partners, you could have loads of friends, you could have a brilliant career. But that on its own will never be enough. It will never be satisfying for that deeper longing, which is to go home, which is to be free. Doesn't mean you don't have a career or you don't have partners or friends or whatever it is. It's just not going to ever be enough. It will never satisfy that deeper longing for home. I don't know. I can just see that it happens and I can't do something with it no matter what it is. Yeah. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter. If you believe that sorting that out in time will eventually make things better, then you believe that, but it's not true. I mean, it may help to relax the body, the system. Sorting things out intellectually may help to relax certain emotions you're holding on to or issues you may have through conditioning, through your life experience. But in terms of what you truly want, it's not relevant. Maybe that's too harsh, not relevant. It's just it's not gonna equal home. But of course, relax the system. Of course, become aware of your patterns, your traumas, how they affect you. Of course. Look at how you're seeking for certain things, in certain things. What do I really want? I would say it's to be free, but there's no point in me saying that. You have to know what you want. You have to really feel that, really see that longing and how it then manifests as seeking. Free from what? What did I say? Free from what? Oh, freedom 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 from seeking, which is freedom from suffering. Seeking is suffering. So this is it. And there are natural desires, natural movements towards that appear as an animal, as a human animal. There's a natural moving towards, wanting, and a repelling, moving away from. That's how we move and operate. But the suffering comes when we believe we are someone, first of all, and then these natural movements towards are about you getting wholeness, you getting home, because being a separate someone feels uncomfortable and not right. Something's missing. And so these natural human movements towards pleasure become heavily owned by that energy of seeking. I will find home in this movement towards this pleasure. I will find home in avoiding this pain. And all of that is heavy. So I put forward that what you want is the end of that. Not the end of being human and moving towards pleasure or away from pain. It's just the end of that heaviness to it, the importance of it, the desperation to get there. That rest from that seeking. So naturally there's a movement towards or away from, but without that stickiness, without the importance, because you found home. Home is here. And those things won't add anything to you of importance, just pleasure, which is nice, or avoiding of pain, which is nice as well, but it's not going to give you anything. You aren't going to arrive in it. That mover in time isn't who you are. So you want to find who you are, that rest place of who you are. You feel lost because you think you are someone in time, moving around, being batted here, batted there. There's confusion of where to go, who to be. That isn't who you are. You said you want to be free. Oh, before, okay, yeah. I remembered. Thank you, Marina, for your question. You're welcome. So thank you for joining. Have a lovely Sunday. I could be here on Thursday. I could not be here on Thursday. We shall see. Have a good week. Bye.